Hey everyone, it's Bob again. So we're gonna head up and get loaded. Heading up to the shop this morning. He's gonna start working on fixing the things the deer are damaged. We're gonna switch into 86 and we'll go up and get loaded. Okay, on the last video where I went to New Mexico with the poles, I was able to go on the last stretch of I-40 that I hadn't been on. So now I have been on the entire length of that freeway. I have also been pretty much the entire length of I-5. All the way from the Canadian border. I went up into Canada with a couple of loads years ago. So I've been all the way from the Canadian border all the way down to the last exit before the border crossing down to Mexico. I've been most of I-80. I'll have to sit down and figure out what I haven't been on, but I've been on most of I-80 and a lot of I-70, but there's a lot of areas back east I haven't been on. If any of you have been on entire lengths of freeways, send it in the comments down below. I'd like to, I mean, if you've been on the road a lot, you'll hit a lot of interstates, but it's not very often that you do the whole length of an interstate. Unless it's a small one like 89 in Vermont. I've been on that. And a few others, you know, like around 17, 19, I've been on pretty much the entire length of those. But I mean, really long ones. If you've covered an entire length of an interstate, leave it in the comments. That'd be kind of interesting to hear. We got everything loaded. Basically, it's a load of batteries, is what I'm being told. They're just big square boxes, and they're batteries that are going down to a solar farm down by Centro, California. So it takes a lot of them for a solar farm, apparently. I know they got about 10 loads that we're loading today. We've taken a few of them. This is the first load I've taken. The problem I have is I had to drive up by Tooele to get loaded. So there was a little more than an hour driving up there. From their location down to El Centro, Google Maps is predicting 11 and a half hours. So I'm probably not going to make it all the way down there tonight. But it's got me on a lot of two-lane roads. We'll see if that saves me any time or not. I don't know. Okay, well, we ran out of time here. We're south of Blythe on Highway 78. I found a quiet place to park, so I got about an hour and 40 minutes to get in there in the morning. I've got just enough time to do that, so we should be good. Then we can down there, get unloaded, and see what he has for me to do tomorrow. Okay, well, we got going this morning and got down here. We had about an hour and a half to go to get all the way down here. And about halfway down, I lost my power steering. We got here and they're unloading me right now, and found that the filter on the power steering reservoir had come off. So luckily we found one in El Centro, so we're gonna go get that after we get unloaded. And that's what happened. It's supposed to have a filter right there. I don't know how well you see it, but I got oil everywhere. Well, we got the power steering fixed. It's nice to have it again. It's amazing how much difference that power steering makes. It absorbs a whole lot of the shock of the road. Having fluid in there really does absorb it, and you don't feel it as much, but when you don't have any, you feel it a lot. The other problem is this size steering wheel is not meant for power or no power steering. The old 85 359 I drove years ago, it didn't have power steering, but it had a big steering wheel, and that gave you the leverage. You could actually, and plus it was a gear reduction comparatively, so you had to turn it like twice as much, but it was, you could turn the steering wheel. Well, we got that fixed. We're on our way. We're heading to Orange, California. We're going to get a load of Westpac drywall mud. The cutoff for loading is 4 o'clock, and I'm showing arrival at 3:20. So we should be able to get there, but you never know with traffic the way it is in Southern Cal. Well, we got loaded. We're the last truck of the day. We got in there at 3:34, so that's 26 minutes before the closing time. We got it all loaded, tie down tarp, we'll head out of town. Finally, the end of the day. We got out of town. I did deal with a little bit of traffic, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been, so I was happy about that. So, and I ran out of my 14-hour clock here. I am about 25 minutes north of Vegas. He's going to figure out if he's going to turn me around on another run or if I just bring this one all the way up tomorrow. So we'll find out in the morning. So okay, we got going this morning. Apparently plans have changed. The load he was going to turn me around with, it ended up being a different schedule than it was going to work. So I'm just heading all the way back up with this load and we'll unload it tomorrow. We got home here a bit ago. The drive back was okay. Just had to stop in St. George for a couple hours to get my brake in, and then just got home. Looks like tomorrow we're just going to run up and get this mud unloaded up in Salt Lake, and then we'll probably just get reloaded for next week, and then we'll be done. We're going to try again. If the spare truck is ready, then I'll be switching into it, and they'll do the work on the stack and the air cleaner. They're supposed to have all the parts by now. We got that all unloaded today up in Salt Lake, and now we're back down here in Springville. The truck is in the shop. I got to transfer a bunch of my equipment over to the spare truck. We'll get all that stuff transferred over, and then we'll head for home with my load for next week. So that'll wrap this one up. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.